Hi guys! It's been a while since I last done a video on this YouTube channel, Entrepreneurial Moves Documented. In 2023, I said I'm gonna be consistent. Big lies. Me and consistency are enemies, and I want to change that about myself because I feel in this life we're all brought up with some qualities that we're gonna use, like because they're in us. We're gonna use and they're gonna act as like some sort of privilege and a stepping stone to multiple things. But at the same time, there's things that we have to learn, that we came here specifically in this life that we have to learn. And consistency has been my enemy since forever. Like I struggle with consistency a lot. And I don't want to be the type of person that shows up for something every single day as some sort of routine for every day. To me that's death. To me that's like a death sentence. That's why I don't want to work in an office. That's why I don't want to do like my hobbies every single day. I hate the every single day thing because it just does not work with me. But consistency is structure, so I need to get that in this life. I need to learn how to do that, so I will be learning, and this is called Entrepreneurial Moves Documented. So I am going to be sharing things that I learned the hard way and give you guys shortcuts. And I'm going to be also documenting how I'm learning the things that I am struggling with and how I'm going to be finding solutions for the things that I'm struggling with. And one of them is consistency. But this year, 2024, I'm not going to promise, but I hope to upload multiple videos because these are really, really easy videos on my phone. On top of my head topics. I don't need to prepare too much for them. I just like get inspired. I'm somebody that is very inspired, and just talk about things that I struggle with and found the solution for, so that I could help you, or things that I'm noticing happening in multiple topics surrounding entrepreneurship, marketing, and things of that genre. So, and today's topic is going to be about social media marketing and a social media history that we are seeing, that I feel everybody is seeing, but I don't know. But I will try to, in this video, we're not gonna learn anything new. We're just gonna be talking and discussing what has been happening on TikTok this past weekend. And trying to analyze that and see how we can implement that as singular, like content creators that do personal brand and company accounts, like social media accounts for companies and stuff like that, how we could incorporate this history, or is it just a history to never be revisited again, just like a one-time opportunity, one-time chance that she got like lucky with. Maybe this is not the new TikTok, maybe this is not the new social media, or maybe it is the new wave of things. As we all know, on TikTok, the content that does really well is the content that's really short, I feel. Yes, there is content that comes at like more that the duration of is more than 1 minute. Some people would hit the 2x speed button. I do sometimes when the story gets boring, but I want to know what happened at the end. And sometimes I wouldn't, because I just want to listen and the person is talking at a perfect pace and I can't keep up and the story is consistent, right? But I feel like the content that does most, like the best, is the one that's under 1 minute long. And TikTok in the past years, 2 years, they introduced their 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, like a lot of minutes. They kept adding minutes and minutes and minutes to their videos as some sort of video filming capacity, right? And when I heard of the 10 minutes thing, I was like, who's gonna use that? Who's that? Like, no, I'm sorry, no. But I stopped and watched through a whole multitude of TikToks that were like 10 minutes, but not a lot of them. They don't show up that often on feeds, and the type of videos that use the 10-minute recording capacity are sometimes news stories or a story. That's what I noticed, like some sort of information that I really wanted to know about, for example, current global events, or some sort of segment from a show, or some sort of segment from a podcast, or some sort of like conversation that had a starting point and an ending conclusion that I wanted to know that conclusion, and also interact in the space of the comments with other people that are interested in this topic as well, right? So, but it's not like the thing that shows up on TikTok feed every single time, because I told you, most content that shows up to people I mean, I'm gonna talk about myself, but most content that shows up to me and on my small business page, it's content that's maybe like 1.5 minutes sometimes, but it's content that has music on it, really short content. Sometimes people would use that technique of the short content like duration, so that, for example, they're gonna write a long caption and have a really limited duration like sound, so that you'd be like reading and the sound is playing again and again and again, and that counts as like, for example, 3 views, 2 views, and the TikTok algorithm would pick that and be like, people are enjoying it and rewatching it again and again and again. And the more you watch on any app, the more you look at something, the more you have retention for something, the more the app gets money, and the more money the app gets, and that's the economy, right? But not 10-minute videos, and not a 50 part of 10-minute videos. That's unheard of. Like 500 minutes, that is unheard of. But let's skip all this like big ass intro, and let me talk about the story, the really interesting story that happened this weekend on over there on TikTok. If you are not familiar with it, or maybe you did not watch the whole story yet, I will try to summarize the story for you. So there's this girl, there's this creator. I checked her page. She was not active before. She was sharing stuff about Beyonce. She was doing car rides, doing live streams, listening to Renaissance. She was uploading some stuff about the State Patrol. She lives in Atlanta, and she was doing content that's like very normal content that people do. Her account was public, her likes were public, because I did a whole tour of her account because I was so eager to get the next part. So I just ended up doing a whole tour of her account. Maybe she talked about this before, maybe she did not talk about this before, but I ended up seeing her content, and she was not famous before. Her account was very limited. Yeah, she had some sort of following. I don't know how much. I followed her when people were following her, and that is in the thousands. She broke records. But yeah, she was just doing like normal people things on TikTok, just like uploading her day, having a song in the background and things of that nature. You know, she was not dedicating her time to become an influencer or a TikTok creator on there. But she uploaded this video, and she stitched a person saying, what was the craziest thing that happened to you, or something like that. What was the craziest? Like, I don't remember the details of that video. And she was like, my ex-husband lied about his deceased grandmother when she actually was dead years ago. And people in the comments were like, what? That is not something that a person would do. Like, that's crazy. And then she did a video. There's this ongoing trend on social media, which is, tell me you're this with that, or something like that. I don't know. No, the trend goes, I am, of course that happened. I am, for example, I work in marketing. Of course, I don't know. I do like stupid videos, and that's my day. That's my work day. So she did a video of, I dated like a pathological liar, or she married the pathological liar. Of course. And she listed some things. And that video did super well. That video blew up. And then she did a whole story summarization of what happened with this ex-husband, because people were eager. And in the comments, people were asking her, do more, do more, do more, do more, do more. So she did more, and a very thorough version of that story, which ended up being 500 minutes long, which is at around 8 hours of content uploaded over the course of like a weekend, 2-3 days. Parts, like she was uploading at least, let's say, 15 parts a day. I don't know. She was uploading parts and parts and parts and parts and parts, telling her story of how she ended up marrying a pathological liar and how she found out and everything. This story is amazing. This story is, I'm sorry, you know, what happened to her is tragic, but I'm excited here because this is history. This is really, like, this is a piece of history that we're going through. She is born, like, she's so natural at storytelling. She was born, like, with these storytelling gifts. I never skipped her videos. Yes, sometimes I would get bored of the like speed. I'd be like, oh my god, I just like watched 10 parts already in a row. I'm just like, I want to refresh, so I would just like go to Instagram, go to another app, then come back. Or sometimes I would speed up the videos, but I did not skip a minute of that story, and I'd be interacting with the comments on every single video and be like liking every single video so that I could tell which like part I was left at. So when people asked her about the story time, she was like, okay, let me do the story time. And she was like, this is part 1. And she called the series, she said she's gonna do a playlist and call the series Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Who TF Did I Marry? Question mark. A really famous playlist right now. And in the past, I would consume playlists on TikTok if I would end up finding one good content from that playlist on my For You page that answers my needs, questions that I had. For example, I would like click on playlist. I love the topic of astrology. So I would, for example, if somebody does a really, really niche content about astrology, and I see at the bottom that there is a playlist, I would click on that playlist and then see the titles of the other videos. And if I find something that speaks to me, I would click on it and consume some other like 3 to 5 videos on average from that playlist, but never the whole playlist, never the whole account. And I would not necessarily follow the person. But she made this playlist, and I'm gonna be very detailed at my story, and I'm not gonna be missing anything. And you guys asked for it, and she was like, I want to get this out of my lungs, out of my head, sorry. And she was like, why not? You guys asked for it, you know? She was very thorough with it. And each part was around like 9:30 minutes, 9.3 minutes long. She was using the 10 minutes recording maximum feature. Not everybody dares to do that. Not everybody dares to do that. Like I'm telling you right now, not everybody dares to do that. And usually when people do that, like 10-minute cut, it's usually a condensed YouTube video, like with a lot of jump cuts that is uploaded on TikTok. That does well because people are searching for that on TikTok. But very rare for a person to open their phone and start recording on TikTok the 10-minute part and hit the 10-minute part option, because that is not something that we do. Like nobody does that, you know? So she kept on doing this series, and people were asking more. The poor woman, she did not even get any sleep. Like she'd be like with us in the morning, in her way to work, in the car, in her house doing errands, before bedtime, telling the story. And she is so gifted with storytelling, and this is something that we need to mention here, because not everybody can replicate this. Actually, very few could replicate what she did with this like story playlist thingy, because we did not want to miss anything, and people watched it on the app where people accuse like she made the app where people accuse, like it made young kids have a really short attention span, which is the TikTok platform. And I mean, we all have like a really short attention span the more we scroll on TikTok, because these videos are like, and you end up scrolling like at least like 30 videos a day of like really short form content, 30 different faces, 30 different cuts, 30 different forms, 30 different accents, 30 different colors, 30 different backgrounds. And that's like something that the brain registers as like, oh, like every, like, I don't know, on average, every minute you change the place, you change that. So you can't be focusing on the same background, same person, same accent, same story, like for more than 1 minute. That's how our attention span is deteriorating. And she made a history. 10-minute videos where people are watching willingly and choosing to and interacting and be like, oh my god, I did not sleep. I was ignoring my toddler all this weekend just to know your story, because her story was very unique. Let's talk about that too. Her story was very unique, something rare. Not everybody gets to experience that with, yeah, pathological liars are a thing, but not everybody gets to like be around one. We all know that there is people that lie. I lie too, but pathological lying is something that's like rare in people. And to experience that, be married with someone in COVID times with like really rare circumstances, and be married to that person and like them lying about major things, not like just like lying about, oh, I was not married before when they were, or like some sort of like thing like that. So the story on its own, it's something that's like consumable. Whether she did this on YouTube, whether she did this on over Instagram, whether she did this in a blog post, whether she did this over like a talk show or on a podcast episode, because the story is so unique. Her story is so unique, it's so different, and the circumstances are really unique and different. But yeah, what I'm trying to say here is that there is a moment of history that's being made over the TikTok app where people are willingly watching 500 minutes of content, binge watching it on an app where it's not like it does not market itself as the place of that, but with the 10-minute like video recording capacity, like the maximum video recording capacity, when that feature was launched, multiple people in the social media analysis thingy were saying that TikTok is probably trying to get like more people use the long form of content, because they are heading towards that direction. And I thought that was counterproductive, because literally TikTok was killing the apps that were doing the long form content, which is YouTube. YouTube was known for that, you know what I mean? And Instagram had IGTV, they removed that, they took that down. So the long form content was not really doing well, unless it was like over 20 minutes, like podcast episode, your favorite YouTuber, something like that. But for YouTube to do the 10-minute capacity, when I heard of that news and that feature being added, I was like, there's no way. And I literally had to like double check myself, and I was like, oh, it's there actually. Why? Like, why? Because TikTok was it was meant to me, like, even though they don't market it as that, but it's a short form content only. Like, that's the brand. But maybe this is what they were trying to do. And also with the takedown of multiple like famous sounds, famous songs and everything, because of that UMG, Universal Music dispute thingy, this is favorable for them. At least like to have people use their own sound, use their own face, more organic and authentic content, not content that depends on music, because a bunch of videos, like millions and billions of videos, were muted after the UMG music rights were removed out of the app, you know? So this is a moment of history again and again and again, because unheard of, undone, and so like unique, and it's something worth noting, because you, as somebody that's trying to get into the TikTok space in 2024 as a personal brand, as like an individual, not as a company, maybe you could share your own stories. Maybe this is the new content, maybe this is the new podcast form, you know, maybe this is the new, I don't know, because now I feel the type of content that people consume that is long form is mostly on YouTube still. Let's not ignore that fact. YouTube is still a thing. YouTube is a search engine after all, you know? But I feel the content that I watch on YouTube that's long form are podcasts, social commentaries of topics that I really care about, sometimes fashion, sometimes like behaviors in like my generation, Gen Z, sometimes things that happen, pop culture, breakdowns, things like that, which are usually over 20 minutes, 20 minutes long. And also vlogs of somebody's entire month, entire week, of a person that I really love. These are the three types of long form contents that I watch and I click on. And the 10-minute contents that are on YouTube still, and like shorter form versions of content, I am not clicking as I used in the past, when people using like jump cuts was a thing. That's when I loved like watching 3-minute cuts. But now I'd be like, why bother? I would watch that on TikTok anyways. You get what I mean? It would be on there, even though sometimes it would originate from YouTube, but it would be on TikTok regardless, you know? But that's the type of like content that I was watching on YouTube. So now, if this Reesa, oh my god, I feel like I had not mentioned her name once, the creator. Her name is Reesa, right? Amazing woman. I wish her all the happiness, and she is going to London and Paris, and she will eventually get the BMW X5 in cognac, in dark blue cognac interior. So what was I talking about? I forgot. Anyways, but yeah. So these three types of content, which is long vlogs of creators that I love their lifestyle, or travel vlogs, like long form, podcast episodes that are video, and breakdowns. And sometimes story times too on YouTube. Like not a lot of good story times pop up on YouTube. I feel most of my story times come from TikTok these days, or snippets of podcasts shared on TikTok. Because in the past we would do the Tana Monjo story times on YouTube, and I had multiple YouTubers that did story times, but I feel they don't do that anymore on YouTube. Maybe it's not a trend for them. But anyways, maybe now all of these content forms are gonna go to TikTok indefinitely, and I don't know what's gonna happen with YouTube with this option, but maybe on TikTok we're gonna be sharing their podcasts. I don't know, let's say a podcast episode is 30 minutes long, like a really short form one, a 3-part series, part 1, part 2, part 3. They'd be like, oh, this is the topic, and name that playlist that topic, and do that. Maybe people are gonna start opening TikTok lives where they do the podcast episode, because Reesa, after her story, she did 2 TikTok lives. And I even watched one yesterday where she would interact with the audience, answer people's questions. It was some sort of like show, like where we could interact with the person live, and it was a real life story, So people were asking like, oh, what happened with this detail from your story? What happened with that detail from your story? And she would answer live. So maybe people are gonna start doing podcasts on TikTok Live, and then make it into a series where people could digest that. And people, like the podcast host is gonna do a segment where they interact with the audience, and the audience is gonna like, oh yeah, some sort of like streaming, but not really, because I mean, yeah, people could stream, but I feel streaming is really popular with gaming and reacting to stuff. Reactions and gaming, that's like what streaming is popular at. And not everybody loves the gaming content and the reactions. I do watch some gaming. No, I don't. I do watch some reactions, but I usually watch them on YouTube, where these like streamers would record what happened, and just like for example Hassan Abi, he does commentaries, political commentaries on, like, I don't know, maybe Twitch. I literally have no clue. And then I watch the snippets on YouTube, where he would title them in a really SEO like boosted title, and be like, oh yeah, click on that video, I want to know what he said about that topic. But yeah, maybe the podcasts are gonna, like video podcasts, long form, are gonna emerge and migrate to TikTok. Maybe people's vlogs would do that, and we will see about the vlog theory in the upcoming months, because Reesa said that because she got a lot of money, by the way, from her series, because TikTok pays more on long form like content, and she got also donations on her Cash App and on the Instagram live, the 2 TikTok lives that she did with gifts and people like donating to her Cash App. But she said she's gonna be going to London and Paris. And she said, literally, a video she uploaded 8 hours ago, that she's gonna vlog the whole thing. She is gonna start vlogging. She said she's gonna start filming from the moment she goes to the Atlanta Jackson International like airport thingy until she reaches the London Heathrow, and then the Paris one. And she asked her audience, give me recommendations of places and everything, right? And that is a vlog. That is a vlog. And I told you, I watch long form content of like travel and like creators that I really love. Like, I love their lifestyle. I want to know more about how they live, how they do things, what did they buy, what did they eat, who did they visit, She's gonna combine the two, because Reesa, I did not mention this earlier, but I just want to like wrap this up, like this point of like with vlogging, maybe migrating to TikTok. We're gonna see with her. She's gonna be the case study and the first one to do so. A travel vlog. I watch some TikTok travel vlogs that pop on the feed, but from people that I don't care about. I usually would watch like the video just because I am interested into like going to that place. For some they'd be like the video, 10 things to do in London. I'd be like, oh, one day I want to go to London. Let me go through it. But I wouldn't consume the content. I would not be subscribing to that person's page and be like, oh my god, give me more, and be interacting with them. I'd be like, oh yeah, 10 things to do in London. I would have just like read a blog post. It doesn't matter, you know. You just popped on my feed. Like, I don't care. But maybe vlogs are going to be emerging and migrating to TikTok, and the other third form of content, which is like social commentary, and in a way also story times. Story times, maybe they're going to come back again. Tana Mongeau is going to like do more things on TikTok. I mean, her podcast pops up on my feed all the time, like snippets of her telling stories, but maybe she's going to do Who the Fuck Did I Become Friends With? And share a crazy story from her LA fucking friends, you know, from, I don't know, 2018. She would share the whole story and be like, oh yeah, you guys don't look for this friend, but yeah, the series is gonna be 50 parts long, and she's gonna talk and people can listen. She knows how to tell a story, Tana, and we all know that, and we all love her for that, and we all follow her for that. So maybe that is gonna like resurge story times, but not on YouTube, on TikTok, with series and parts. And what I want to say, this part is wrapped right now. The Reesa case, she now has like 1.3 million followers over a weekend. In a week, she gained all of that traction in a week, and that is a crazy growth. I don't know if that's like the biggest growth, but the recent person that did this type of growth was, I forgot his name, I can't pronounce his name, but it's like this dude that lives in Canada, and he would be like, oh, Pookie, but we, like people, the audience and him bonded, and her growth is like faster than his, right? But the audience and this dude, we bonded over like a really funny gesture that he did. Like, oh, Pookie, and people were like, oh, give me more. But then in a way, the joke kind of faded away, and I feel that dude, although I am following him, does not really show up on my feed as much. And as the audience, we never bonded with that dude. We don't really know who he is. Same thing with for example, Cabulane. If that's like his name, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name. That like dude that lives in Italy, I love him so much, you know. Anyways, but like his videos, the people know his videos because of the gestures that he do, like at his videos. Be like, and then he would always stitch like stupid videos and then give the solution, and the videos are silent, and then he'd be like, you know, and or like this. I'm sorry, he doesn't do this, he does that. So, and that's what we follow him for. That's the type of content we follow him for, and he's a really viral creator. But can you name Cabulane's mom's name? Do you know his age on top of your head? Like, do you know facts about his life? Do you know what was his job before TikTok? Do you know? I mean, I know because I heard that, like being mentioned, he was a construction worker, and in the times of COVID and stuff. That's why I love him for that story. We love people for their story. We don't love people for the content. We love people when we bond with them. But that's that. Like, I truly don't know a lot about Cabulane. So if maybe the platforms are gone, Cabulane is gone too. Because I don't see him doing a podcast. I never heard him speak in a way. Like, maybe one time, two times, but I don't remember his tone, his voice, how he spoke, his manners, and everything like that. Other creators that blew up, Addison Rae and Charli D'Amelio. Charli D'Amelio, we bonded with her over her TikTok dances at the times when TikTok dances were really, really viral, and she would like do them the best and do the trend the best, and people were following and consuming that type of content. But after that, like virality, and she was a really like first case type of virality in the age of TikTok, not musically. Yeah, we discovered her sister, discovered her family, some stuff that she did. But maybe not. Maybe the younger generation would know more facts about her because she's younger than me. But we don't really know a lot about Charli D'Amelio. She's not active on other platforms, I would say. Yeah, she got invited to some fashion shows. Yeah, she did some campaigns. Yeah, she got sponsored by some big companies. But the Charli D'Amelio person, Charli D'Amelio like who's, you get what I mean? Addison Rae, for example, on the other hand, same thing with like as Charli, but she is branding herself as this like fashion girly, because I do follow the fashion community, and she's been collaborating with stylists and brands, and she's been doing like creating a not viral, distinctive image of her. So that is really good. That is really good. So that I am remembering her by that sense of style, and I'm like bonding over that, because style, even though not necessarily the creator, like the creator doesn't need to necessarily speak so that you bond over something, but them sharing their brand, their personality, their distinctions in any form, whether visual, whether like music, you know. Sometimes I bond with artists that I've never even seen in real life, but I just know that like musicality and that tone and that everything, I bond over that because it has character, it has personality. So seeing Addison Rae's fashion glow up, I was so happy, and with the whole fashion community on Twitter, because I follow some people on there, and they were all like saying the same things, and whenever she would upload a post, so the people would be eating it up, you know. So that is something that good that she did outside of the TikTok dances, because the TikTok dances are consumed, they're done, they're gone, you get what I mean? But in the case of Reesa Teesa, I know her aunt, I know about her mom, I know what happened with like some I know where she worked in the past, who was her best friend, her life stories, things about her character, how she reacts to things that I concluded on my own that she did not have to mention. I'd be like, Reesa Teesa is somebody that she does not let others fuck around. Like, she does not let anybody fuck around with her. Like, nobody, you know? Reesa Teesa was a victim of this. Reesa Teesa had this like sort of mindset before. Now she's working on that. She's wishing that she could accomplish this. I could literally name you at least 10 things about Reesa Teesa. I know that girl. That's why we were consuming too. We were like, oh my god, girl, like, and 500 minutes of the same person. 500, we wouldn't even do that to a show these days. 500 minutes of a show where there's a director, screenwriter, characters, a setting and everything, and different things to focus on, you know? This is 500 of the same person, and she was telling something from her life, not like some sort of like something that she witnessed, something from her life. So now I'm beyond, but a bitch, I want to meet her. You get what I mean? I want to meet her. I want to write her a letter. I feel like we are friends, parasocial relation, but okay, I know her. So this is unheard of and undone before, and with the take down of the TikTok sounds, like the UMG sounds, maybe now is the best time for you to express yourself, and that is maybe the only way people are gonna bond with you. Not with your moves, not with your like funny gestures, but with your life. Story time, do a travel vlog on TikTok, but with your voice, not a sound and a caption where people would have to repeat the video so that you get more views. No, with your life, with your sound, with your face, with your brand. And she is secured. Like that woman, Reesa Teesa, she's secured. I bet she's gonna be having like going on multiple podcasts around the country. She's gonna be like shared all over these like Daily Mail and those like viral newspapers. She's gonna be talked about a lot, and she has been gaining a lot of traffic and a lot of attention from people on TikTok, and TikTok is to be taken seriously. Some people think that what happens on TikTok stays on TikTok, but no, honey, it all ends up all over like the vertical format videos on other apps like Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and Snapchat too. So what is happening is really, really interesting, and I feel any person that's trying to create a personal brand on TikTok especially, share about yourself. Get ready with me, not voiceover, get ready with me with your voice. But I feel like we're way past the get ready with me. We're like at the down of the curve, we're like going down, because they had like their time, those videos. But I don't know, a travel vlog. When Reesa Teesa gets to travel to London, go and follow what she does. Be like, travel with me to anywhere. When she starts traveling and document, and she said she's gonna document that. She promised her audience, because we're bonded right now. Do the same thing at the same time and experiment with her. Maybe that's gonna make you blow up too and be like, this is a backstory. I really saved up so much for this trip, and I wanted to do this trip because I was like, I had really traumatic event happen, or I was depressed, or I wanted to pamper me, and all my life I was not like caring for myself. So now I'm gonna do a travel vlog and pamper myself. Not travel vlog, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, and then 10 things to do in London. Generic blog posts, like narrated, you know? No, you're gonna like do a really like bonding experience with your audience, and people are gonna be, oh my god, I'm so happy for you, you're traveling, I'm so happy for you. And they're gonna do part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 6, like in a lot of parts, and all of them are gonna be real voice, not voiceovers. And you're gonna be sharing about your time abroad, your time in your country, in another like city, in another place, your time anywhere. Maybe that is the new travel content for you. Maybe that is how we're gonna do it. Real time parts uploaded, not like after you travel and go back to your country, you edit the vlog. Because I watch a lot of travel content. Maybe that is something that we're gonna do. But I feel as a creator right now, you have to keep like as an individual creator that's trying to break into the TikTok and like be in favor of the TikTok algorithm. Keep an eye on what's happening with Reesa and share more about yourself. This is the time to speak on TikTok. This is not the time to use, because in the past I would say some people would even say that like if you spoke on your videos it would get you shadow banned, so you would have to add like some music on the background so that it does not like get the videos sometimes were like violated for like random stuff. And people would always recommend others use a background sound that's trendy, it's gonna help you. The sounds are gone, muted. Only some few dumb sounds are left. And now also is the time, of course, for like our artists to grow. This is the time for you, honey. Like you still have no copyrights, major copyrights. Put your fucking shit on TikTok, because I discovered multiple artists over TikTok and I listen to them religiously on Spotify right now. Religiously. Share your fucking, don't be, I'm not trying to be corny and I'm not, share that art, like, you know, share that and what could happen, you know, what could happen. But I feel now as a creator, the best thing to do is to keep an eye on Reesa's story and the type of people that are gonna start doing part like series, playlists and series and talking. And I feel you have to get better at storytelling. This is a skill that any creator, content creator needs to acquire. Read more books. I feel that's like some tip, maybe. But I don't see myself as a good storyteller, to be honest. I still lack a lot, and you need storytelling as an entrepreneur too, so that when you do a public speaking event, you speak to the audience and people are not yawning just because, oh yeah, we're listening just because you've got the business. No, they're listening because they want to have your business, because they want to be with you, because you're good to listen to, right? But you have to acquire storytelling skills. I feel now maybe like all those like clickbait type of like sounds and the Gen Z phone shake so that we get into the video, maybe those are gonna vanish more and more. We're gonna be so more relaxed on TikTok, and it doesn't matter if you do the millennial pause, if you take your time, if you do something, it does not matter, because like if the story is good, people are gonna follow. Maybe this is something that's gonna be happening as a creator. If you travel or like talk about things or vlog on other platforms like YouTube, when Reesa gets to London, the moment she's in the Atlanta airport, follow her religiously. Maybe you don't have a pathological liar story, a really traumatic and really rare story to happen, to share, and good storytelling skills, but you might be traveling soon. You might be going to a festival soon. You might be going to something soon. Do a playlist, you know? Get ready with me to Coachella from the moment you got the tickets to the moment you left the venue. Things like that, maybe they could be emerging more and more on TikTok, and TikTok is gonna be a vlog go-to type of platform. So this is for creators. Now, like, I feel things to take away as a business account that's doing content on TikTok. I mean, the type of content that I've been doing with my like small business and that I've been experimenting with and growing the page with is slides, the photos feature. It's still doing well, and TikTok is still pushing it. Stories, like TikTok stories, are still a good form shape of content. But I never had the idea to use 10 minutes type of content. But I feel now, let's combine Reesa thesis like storytelling and like having a company account. What type of story would you tell as a company? You might be asking, like, as a business, what type of story would you be telling? This is a business, like, we're not telling stories, we're selling something, we're not telling, you get what I mean? Stories are to be told with, like, via real humans. Now, a business and a person are just, like, in French, for example, a business is personne morale, it's a person, you know? Like, and same thing as an individual is a person. Both of them are people. Just this is an economical structure, like a unit, and this is a person, you know? So, in the times of COVID, I remember very clearly, and this was a gold tip, like given for free by the one and only Gary Vaynerchuk. And he was, at the times of COVID, he, like, multiple business owners were frustrated, especially like business owners that had to close down because of the ones that had like contact and had to close down because of the quarantine. And he was like, yeah, you have a restaurant, but why not start sharing some recipes online, talking about how this is a family-owned business, and talk about stories and how the restaurant was built, and talk about like fun things that happen in the kitchen, and share them online, like on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Share them to the community that follows your business page as a restaurant. Yeah, nobody's eating. Yeah. Because there was a time in COVID where people, even like takeaways were like forbidden, I feel, were like illegal. Like you couldn't do that, okay? People were so afraid. And even, yeah, I could like order, but still people were like, I would catch COVID, you know? He gave that tip. And he said, when the lockdown is going to be lifted, which will, he said, people are gonna know you for like that story and gonna bond with you more and more, and you're gonna have a distinctive brand, so people are gonna be a fan of you. The moment they reopen, they lift the quarantine, people are gonna go to your restaurant, not to another restaurant, because most restaurants and these like physical stores were forgotten about, so hence why multiple of them like got shut down, because people forgot about them. Do marketing, like if they were still doing the same marketing that they did in terms of COVID, like nobody would be buying, because you couldn't buy if they were still, oh, come, we have a discount, come, we have we're liquidating, come to our store. That is gone. So in COVID, people were not marketing like they did, because it was not the same time, it was not the same similar circumstances. But Gary Vaynerchuk's advice was to tell a story about your business, and that's how I actually understood the importance of branding. Yeah, some brands would just keep it like minimal, do some branding with like colors, with fonts, with logo. That is the branding, that's the image, that's the allure, and let like their marketing kind of reach some like their ideal customer, and the ideal customer would do the branding for them. They're gonna be sharing the products, and people are gonna be, oh, this type of customer buys from there, so I'm gonna buy from there, and that brand is gonna be associated with a certain lifestyle. That's how like normal branding works. I feel it's very like minimal in a way, but very neat and still works. But Gary Vaynerchuk's advice was to share like you had your restaurant shut, nobody is coming as a customer. Maybe you have some savings, and the government was like doing social check. The governments were helping to not let businesses, all of them, shut down. So he said, this is your time, you know. Internet is accessible, and social media is free. Take a fucking phone and be like, story times from our family-owned restaurant. Some home recipes you could do. How to recreate our sauce at home without mentioning your secret ingredient, but like giving a dupe version of that. And he said the people are gonna bond over that, especially in times of loneliness. And the businesses that boomed in COVID, I know in real life, like at least 3 people that got so rich. I'm telling you, so rich. Now they're driving luxury cars, and they have like a lot of money for like designer and shit, that got like their biggest boom and their biggest boost in their economy, whether they had the company or were a creator or something, in COVID, when things were online. Online things were in times of COVID, but offline things were in times of COVID, and many of them are still struggling to come by. Many of them closed down, of course. So yeah, his tip was like to bond on that. People were lonely in their homes, do a Facebook Live, because you probably have some fans as the restaurant. You probably have like some people from the neighborhood that loves you and are subscribed to your page and follow you on Facebook or something. So he recommended that tip, to tell a story. So now maybe this is another golden chance. If you missed that as an offline business or online business, now is your chance to tell your story in the noise, in the like world of noise that we have. 10 things to buy from Amazon, and then like 10 different brands. You are drowning in the like a big tank with sharks. You are really like small fish, you know, as a brand owner, as a business owner, like as a business trying to operate, trying to yell. Who's yelling more? Maybe this is the cheaper version of yelling, of like spending a lot of money on influencers and shit, and maybe start telling your story on TikTok with your voice about how you started the business, your struggles with the business. You know those like TikTok accounts, business accounts that do like some trends about like how the office dynamics are. I feel now I don't watch them anymore because they're really like boring. Like they got corny, you know. But you know, if like the videos that be like the marketing department is always parties, the finance bros, those like videos about businesses in the past. These videos are so unserious because it would be a big ass company doing unserious videos, and I would like digest them. And it's still working with Duolingo and Ryan Air, I would say, but I'm talking about a different type of content when it's like office. This is our CEO. Look, our CEO is handsome, huh? I feel those videos are not doing well. Now maybe the new wave, we consumed them in the past. Maybe now the new wave is gonna be talking about what happened in the office. Story time. Get that like marketing person, social media person, and let them be speaking a 10-minute video about, oh my god, you guys can't believe what happened in the office. And then it's gonna be a check account, an official account with a mark, with a official like mark with a blue mark, and it's gonna be a big like Duolingo. And then I don't know, the creator, like that woman, that beautiful woman, the social, like I forgot her name, okay, but yeah, she's she's brown. I love her so much, and I'm so proud of her success. And because I see myself in her, you know, as an Arab. But it's like maybe like Duolingo is gonna start talking. The owl is gonna start talking to you guys and be story time, how I became an owl, story time, how I'm gonna come get you at night if you don't like do your strack, if you don't keep up your strack, things of that nature. Maybe like businesses are, because of the AI, you can generate voices, maybe not talk necessarily, and hire somebody to do the voiceovers, or like to talk in front of the camera. Maybe you're gonna have a mascot of your own business and tell a story with that. How you created the business, how the business is struggling. Some tea on businesses is cool too. That unseriousness of like business, oh my god, CEO. That unseriousness being brought up to TikTok, people like that. Ryan Air, how it does comebacks on Twitter. People were like, oh my god, I can't believe this is an airline company that like is competing with big airlines, and they speak like this. Where is the professional language, really sugar-coated language, you know? Same thing with Duolingo. Duolingo would be like being rude, like being asked rude in comments. People are liking it because they see Duolingo as a person right now. They're bonding over that. They see the development of the Duolingo account, and they be referring and doing videos in hopes of Duolingo seeing them. Because to them, Duolingo is like celebrity. Oh my god, can you sign my paper? You know? So it's like, maybe this is the new thing for business like accounts. Talking, telling a story, having a mascot AI, and that mascot is gonna be telling a story about how the business got on its feet, how the business happened, how the business is struggling. Yeah, it sounds serious and it's unprofessional to talk about your business struggling. That is a bad image in the world of business. But on TikTok, you're not a business, you're a person. Like the Duolingo owl, like the Ryan Air, like two people, like those like eyes, you know, eyesight. So maybe this is a new thing. You're gonna be talking about how much how many customers we're having, a drama that happened, a customer that was really horrible, and something like, oh my god, bring somebody from the HR department and tell like a story about like how they had a coworker that was crazy, but without like stepping on legal boundaries and be like talking about people's business on TikTok, because you still have to like leave some integrity and some, you know, a business account on TikTok. I'm still like a business account, you know. Maybe the marketing department is gonna be like doing a story time, how they once got a big budget for a campaign and they failed so big, they were about to be fired, but then it turned around. How, for example, like, you know, the business managed to be under the radar for free. $0 for marketing. I don't know, a big influencer bought their product and they mentioned them once, and boom, the business got on its feet. Tell background stories. For example, the Scrub Daddy, like that dude. He went to Shark Tank. Maybe the business account of Scrub Daddy on TikTok is gonna like bring him, and he tells his story. Although people know his story, he's really famous for his story, really like inspiring story. But people are gonna like be hearing new details of what happened behind the scenes at Shark Tank with the business account of Scrub Daddy. These are things that could be happening. 10-minute content, bonding, sharing, storytelling, more and more things like that. Less and less funk, less and less music, less and less UMG copyright music. Maybe organic artists like that. Her name is Cat something, like that woman that is that she has cancer and everything. She has her music up in the charts, and she is an independent artist, and her music did not get taken down after UMG left, and she was doing the story. See her story. Why am I listening to that? Like, her name is Cat Janice or something like that. In the moon, she has that really viral song right now on TikTok, and the song is even viral right now outside of TikTok, because TikTok is some sort of, you know, bubble. You know, what happens on TikTok kind of stays on TikTok, but if it bursts, it changes the industry, honey. And this is what's happening with Reesa and Cat Janice. She told people, I am dying off of cancer. I have a 6-year-old that I have to feed, and I signed off all of my rights to my music to him. People were like, this is unheard of. We all know some sort of cancer patient out there. Yeah, it's heartbreaking for a cancer patient to be dying, but like, we can't bond over that, because we know like some people out there that like had that story, you know, and we would pray for them and leave. But no, this person is a person that has cancer. She's dying off of it. She's hospitalized. She's also an artist, and she has a six-year-old that she is gonna sign the rights to. And she told people, please stream my music. I'm gonna leave everything for him once I leave this earth. God forbid, I wish her health and like everything. I don't know, like, please. I've been praying for that, but a story. So people ate that story and now are listening to her and are a fan of other songs of hers too, because she's a really talented artist, an organic artist on TikTok, you know? She's not a UMG signed artist. So we are officially entering the age of storytelling. Everybody that got a story, this is your time to shine. Even if you don't have an interesting life, don't say that. Every person has a story. Like, even in the most habitual, consistent, like actions of yours, things that you're so bored of, like monotonous things that you do every single day, that's a story. That's your story. Your story is that you live and have a monotonous type of life. Say how you got to that point. What is good about that? What is not good about that? If you're changing that, how you're changing that. Glow ups, maybe in forms of like talking glow ups. I am trying to change this about myself. Help me. And you talk. I was this, I'm trying to get this, and you do your journey of your weight loss, of your beauty like makeover on TikTok, your voice, you talk about it and do it a series, a glow up series, like how my fam, she does that, like a glow up videos that she's really famous for those videos. I love her so much, and maybe people are gonna do that, because I've been seeing a new trend on TikTok right now. I feel on Douyin, the Chinese TikTok, some people would upload their picture and would ask for brutally honest advice how they could change. And that became super viral, because I heard about it like on the international TikTok. That became super viral in China, and people would help each other, and the people would listen, be like, give me brutal advice, I would listen to it. and people had extreme weight loss and extreme beauty makeovers, and people were, oh my god, this person like aged backward, this person became better, this person became healthier, and a lot of people became viral for that, and like over China became famous for their makeover and how pretty they are right now. So multiple international netizens, literally I heard of that on TikTok. They did accounts on the Douyin one, and they did the Google Translate, help me do a makeover, and they had to translate like netizens, Chinese netizens advice, and brought that over to the international TikTok about how I'm doing and updates. Now let's forget about the Chinese TikTok and let's bring it like all of it, bring it to the international TikTok and do a glow up series where you post about your face, for example. Not necessarily, you be like, my goal this year is to lose weight, so you be talking about it. I forgot this name of this girl. She was really famous. If I could like find her content, I would. I forgot her name, but she's really famous for this series, and she just made a comeback on YouTube. I don't know, but she would do like makeover diaries or something like that. That was her series. Maybe that piece of content, that form, is gonna be the new thing that you do on TikTok. Forget about get ready with me. Everybody, get ready with me too. Get ready with me to go kill my husband. Go ready. No, you're gonna be doing a glow up series where you're gonna speak, you're gonna act, you're gonna show things, you're gonna show how much you like how many good things happened since you started your glow up, and the updates, give people updates. So yeah, you guys, I've been talking for 55 minutes. I'm passionate about these topics, but yeah, you guys, also keep an eye on Reesa. This is history, I feel, and maybe storytelling is a new thing. And storytelling has always been like a staple in marketing and branding, because bonding would give you fans, loyal fans, not customers. You want fans. Fans are never gonna turn their back on you. Customers, they come and go. Clients, they come and go, and you have to always be chasing for them. But once you turn that client into a fan, they bring more fans, and it's more organic, and they spend more, and they are happier more, or they follow you more, they engage with you more, so you would never be irrelevant as an influencer or as an artist or as a singer when you have fans, when you post relatable shit, you know. So yeah, we're entering again to the age of relatability, but in a form of storytelling, not doing quirky and like not doing like day-to-day things, you know, like those vlogs where they are relatable, relaxing vlogs. No, we're doing story times. Come to my life. This is my life. I'm sharing my life, you know. Maybe that's the age. No more music on TikTok. Officially, that's happening. The music is pulled out. But Kat Janice, we know her story. We love her music, and she is not signed by UMG. Anyways, guys, so these are like my thoughts, my analysis, my commentary. And yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching if you are still here. And yeah, guys, I'll meet you more hopefully this year. Maybe I will start posting on TikTok about my consistency problems and how I am trying to solve them. Maybe when I have a travel plan, like if I do have one very soon, I don't know. I will share about it on TikTok all over and be like, guys, I'm going from this gate to this gate at the airport. And do that as a part, like and add it to the series, 10 minutes, and get that money, because that is a lot of money and TikTok is paying more and more. So yeah, you guys, bye. I love you so much. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. Bye.